Jaylo?
Yes?
As you know, babes, I am anti-cancer.
As am I.
I like that it's taken the lives of so many douchebags.
Do you like that it's taken the lives of people?
Douchebags in particular. But unfortunately, it's also ruined the lives of many great people. And, you know, it's a horrible plague on our society. But there's not a lot of celebrities doing ads talking about preventative measures we can take against cancer. At least not that I've seen in recent years.
No.
Back in the day, you had Yul Brynner and John Wayne. But I can't really think of a modern equivalent.
Wilford Brimley? Oh, wait, he's dead now.
He was anti-diabetes.
Okay. Preventative, diabetes prevention stuff.
No, he said if you have diabetes, you check your blood sugar and you check it often.
Well, yeah, you do.
Well, you should.
You should. Getting
back to cancer, though.
Okay.
I was thinking, well, we were brainstorming.
Well, no, that was you, not me.
Who would be a good spokesman for preventative measures for cancer? So the problem is, in modern age, you don't just want to do a typical PSA. You want it to have a message, yes, but also be a little bit more fun for the kids.
The kids?
Yes. Not like 5 or 6 year olds. I'm thinking teenagers and up.
Oh, okay.
And the name that came to mind is a man who comes from a lineage of successful actors and has been around for several decades, so he has the respect of the older generation too. And that man is one Michael Douglas.
Are we going to go here?
You asked me to.
I did not.
No, you were laughing. Though.
You're the one who brought it up. Okay.
Okay. So a word on the street is that Michael Douglas, maybe 10 years ago, was diagnosed with throat cancer. As far as I know, he's gotten rid of it. But he got it from going down on women.
Are you sure that's what he said?
That's the way I remember hearing it, is that that's supposedly what caused it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now, I like going down on. I don't like it, but I don't. A lot of guys are against it. I see it as turnabout as fair play. And my doctor said, "Hey, Rick, you might develop throat cancer because of this." And I said, "Well, I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing, doc." Luckily, I had a female doctor, so then I said, "And unbuckle your pants."
Hey.
This is before we met.
That's not true.
That is not true.
Let me ask you a question.
But it also happened before we met. Even though it never happened.
Let me ask you this, though.
What's
How
up?
long has it been since you've been to a doctor?
Well, let's talk about Michael Douglas here, Dave.
I like how you tried to avoid the question.
Okay. Anyways, getting back to...
We're actually going to go here.
Mr. Douglas. We, meaning mainly you...
No, mainly you.
...came up with a great idea for a PSA.
No, that was you. That was not me. I would never think of something that over the top.
Let's just say this.
That was you. And you were laughing.
We're doing it for the modern age. It's going to be funny and yet informative. So the PSA is this. We see the face of an attractive middle-aged lady, maybe 50, possibly 55. And you can tell that she's enjoying herself and she's yelling, "Oh, Michael, oh, Michael, oh, Michael." And then she throws back her sheets and a man lifts his head and it's Michael Douglas. He says, "Hi, I'm Michael Douglas. This used to be every night of the week for me until I got diagnosed with cancer. I want to warn you kids against the dangers of going down on women."
You were the one who thought this whole thing up.
He talks about his diagnosis a little bit, and then he says, "Now I know some of you are going to do this anyway. So let's do something that won't stop cancer from coming into your life completely, but might help to reduce your risks." So then it shows him reenacting the scene with the woman. She's going, "Oh, Michael, oh, Michael, oh, Michael." And she lifts the sheets back, and instead of just giving the PSA, he comes up, and as soon as she's about to orgasm, he spits out on her face what he got from her vagina.
Oh, my... Doesn't that sound like Rick would think up this whole thing? It sounds like a Rick PSA to me.
It was mainly you. I just
it was not.
Added a few beats here and there.
Who do you think they're going to believe?
Obviously me.
No, they're not.
Oh,
they're going to believe me. He said some pretty over-the-top stuff.
You did laugh when we were talking about it.
Well, I didn't know what else to do. It was so outlandish. I mean, it wasn't that it was funny. It was just outlandish. I mean, what else could I do?
Let me ask you something, Babes. Would that PSA get your attention if you watched it?
I would think it was a joke, honestly.
Really?
I would. I would think it was a big joke. I was like, is anybody really going to listen to this guy?
He's
it
a
has
famous
to actually
actor,
be. It actually has to be scary enough so that people will prevent themselves from getting throat cancer.
Well, you have to sandwich it in between some stuff.
I mean, think of all the celebrity PSAs you've seen, like especially the one with Paul Newman in it. There were some other ones that you've seen that really scared you.
But those were all back in the day.
I know.
The last Cancer PSA that I think was really impactful, that had a celebrity in it, was the one with Yul Brynner.
Oh, what did he do?
I thought we talked about this before, and maybe we watched it, but basically, he got diagnosed with lung cancer, and he's recording and he says, "Hey, I'm Yul Brynner, famous actor, and by the time you see this, I'm going to be dead. I was a smoker since the time I was 6.
6?
I don't know, but you know.
No, I didn't see that one. You told me about it.
Okay, we're going to watch it on YouTube later. And I smoked every day of my life, 20 packs a day, and now I'm dying, so don't smoke. I'm obviously exaggerating a little bit, but he did record it as he knew that he was going to be dead by the time it came out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think we need a celebrity in the modern era doing something against cancer that'll really touch people in more ways than one.
It'll touch people the wrong way.
Now, some conspiracy theorists have said, Babes, that the reason you are against this PSA is because it goes against pleasuring women.
That would be you.
Okay.
You're a conspiracy theorist when it comes to that.
Okay, give me a kiss.
No.
Why?
No.
Why?
Well...
I've earned it.
How?
I came up with an anti-cancer campaign.
Really?
Yes. Now, whether or not it's utilized, I don't know. But it's a free idea. So, give me a kiss.
Okay, I will. And by the way, I wanted to kiss him. I didn't just, do it reluctantly or anything.
Okay. Yeah, you had to play hard to get.
Well, I did for a while.
I remember those days, Babes.
I know.
Yes. They were very stressful.
Yeah. Stressful for you, though.
I know. And you're like, yes, you're kind of Swiss chime in support of there. Blah-blah.
I didn't say that.
Okay, good.
I just wanted to make sure you're serious, bud.
Okay, good. I'm very serious, as you can tell by how I'm working against cancer.
No, you're not. Not that way.
Okay.
Not that way.
Okay. I slept pretty well once I actually started sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't go to bed until around 2.
Wow.
Yeah, I was watching different videos on YouTube.
Wow.
And, I don't know if I should go here.
Don't then.
Oh, really?
Don't.
Oh, really?
Go here what?
Well, sometimes I'll say that and then I'll be like, yeah, but that's what I do. I go to different places.
Oh, are you talking about like, in the heat of the night stuff?
Well, we're going to get to that.
Okay.
But that's not what I was referring to. You don't even know about this.
Okay.
So we had the discussion about co-ops the other day.
Yes.
And I'm talking about my one friend.
Yeah. Who
is, from what I hear, is collaborating with an ex-friend of mine.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And, the ex-friend has a company that he's very kind of flighty about, right?
Sounds like it's going downhill, but...
Well, so I'm sitting in bed last night, and I'm thinking... I'll just say it, even though it's not going to make me look good.
No.
I'm wondering to myself, well, I heard that they had... this is a company within the entertainment space.
Uh-huh.
Okay? I heard that they had a gig coming up in a week.
Mm-hmm.
So I think to myself, well, I'm not friends with them on Facebook, but I can still spy on them and see, what's going on with that gig. Just as a fun, let's laugh about it and see how it's going type of thing. But I'm like, I'd have to install the Facebook app. But I keep thinking about it, and I decide to myself, oh, come on, I need a laugh. I need to see what's going on here. So I install the app, find the company, and their latest gig got delayed by a couple weeks. And I'm not going to lie, the part of me that is a little bit less mature.
Vengeful?
Well, vengeful, less mature, not the type of me who's working against cancer.
Resentful?
Let's go with less mature.
Resentful.
Let's go with less mature. Kind of like the fact that this project is being delayed. That is not a good thing, though.
No, it's not a good thing.
That I liked it.
No, it's not a good thing. I mean, I don't know. I kind of wonder though, Bubs.
Tell me.
Well, I mean, you left this organization along, a while ago.
Before I started dating you.
That's what.
Yes.
And you are no longer in contact with said friend anymore.
Yes.
So, I mean, don't you think that looking at the company and kind of, looking at what they're up to isn't, putting him and the organization out of your mind?
I know, but I wanted to be honest about it because it's a human flaw of mine.
No, I'm glad that you're honest about it. I'm just thinking, I mean, do you think about that often? Like, what?
No, this was the first time it came up since probably October.
Okay. Right.
And the only reason it came up in October was because I saw that my one friend was going back to help the organization.
Okay. So I know this is a totally different comparison, but when I think about it, it kind of makes me think, well, what if it was me, spying on one of my ex-boyfriends who really, really, really hurt me. And I decided, I'm going to make up a Facebook account so I can spy on this guy.
Well, okay, so for some clarification, I didn't, and I know you're not saying this, but just so it's understood.
Yeah.
I did not make up a fake Facebook account to look at what's going on in this organization. We know mutual people.
Yeah.
Right. I hear what you're saying. My argument would be, one, this organization wanted me back for a while. Like during COVID, they were trying to get me to rejoin.
Right.
And I'd also say, again, it was a quick thing in my mind. It was coming up, and it came up 3 months ago because a friend of mine went back to it. So it's not like this is an everyday thing. Okay. Now, having said that, you do make some good points about I should be moving on from this and all that stuff. But another thing too is because this organization is kind of well known, I do get asked about it fairly frequently still.
Okay.
To this day.
Wow.
So it's imagine this. You break up with a boyfriend and it's not that they were the worst person in the world, but they definitely had some issues. Right. And not like fun Rick issues. No. Like they'll blow you off a lot. They'll do, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And then like a couple of times a month, somebody will bring them up to you.
Right.
Right.
And well,
of course it's going to be on your mind if people keep wanting to talk about it with you.
Yeah, well, and some people have asked me like, and I don't know why they would ask me these questions, like, and I'm not even going to talk about who the guy was, but there were times where one of my relatives, they've already known that I was, that this guy and I were it was already over for a long time.
Yeah.
And then they'll say something like, oh, how is he? Have you talked to him in a while? Is he married? And I'm like, why are you asking me that? But I would kindly reply, I don't know if he's married because I don't talk to him anymore.
I will tell you this. Before our discussion last week, somebody brought up this organization with me. I think the last time was on Wednesday.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's not like I'm just like, I never hear about it and I'm just going out of my way to, find out what's going on. It does come up fairly often. And it was the other person who brought it up to me. It's not like I said, well, I think that when I was involved with this, they said, well, I know you have issues with this organization, but what do you think about what's going on here, here, and here? And so I think that makes it, I'm not trying to say what I did was right.
No. I'm not saying you're justifying it at all, but I'm just asking, why are you going?
But what I am trying to say is it's kind of hard to go cold turkey when other people keep bringing it up to me.
Yeah. And you already want to move on.
Yeah. And honestly, I do hope that the organization fails. But part of that is if it fails, hey, I no longer have to look at their Facebook page because they'll be gone.
Yeah. And you had nothing to do with their failing.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, they were, they failed after you left.
I mean, I'm rooting for them to fail, but I'm not going out of my way to to friends, but I'm not like sending out emails to people saying what a horrible organization they are or anything. If a friend asks me, I'll give them the full story, but that's a private thing.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you think about that, babes?
I think it's a good explanation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And normally you don't want to root for anybody to fail, but if it means I have to hear about them less, then fail away. Jaylo.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. But they won't because the person who runs it has rich parents, so they'll probably keep financing it.
Yeah. But do they really know what's going on in that one?
Oh, I don't know, babes.
They probably don't.
I don't know.
I mean, can you imagine? It's like, you mean we're financing this? I don't know.
I met the owner's mother. She was really nice. She came to an event we did.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you meet the person's dad?
I have not. I've heard he's a nice guy, though.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, it's just the son I have issues with.
Oh, okay.
And I don't hate the guy who runs it. we have some issues.
I understand, and I understand why you no longer talk to him, which I wouldn't.
Yeah, but and by the way, I also want to say another reason I looked on the page too was and you've seen this happen.
Mm-hmm.
I've been out of the organization for years, and sometimes I'll still get text messages saying, "Hey, we really want you back."
That must be really confusing.
Yeah,
because after you left, after all this stuff was going down, you leave, and it's like they're coming back for more. Mm-hmm. We want you back because it's suffering. The organization is suffering without you, or whatever. Or we need an extra person. Isn't that really confusing?
Well, especially since when I was there, it felt like to me there was an effort to push me out.
Wow. Do you feel like there was an effort to push other people out too?
No.
Really?
But also, let's be clear, this is Rick's interpretation of what went on, right? So I'm saying it, but I also have the bias of being me, looking at the world from the perspective of Rick. Mm-hmm. So just because I felt like I was the only one who was being pushed out, that doesn't mean, take that with a grain of salt.
Okay.
Yeah. But that is the way I felt when I was there, especially the last year or two.
Yeah.
I don't want to go into specific details, but let's just say that. So then I leave, and then I'm getting texts like every couple of months, we really need you to come back to the organization. And this is going on until July of 2020 when we're already in the pandemic.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you could say, well, it's been almost 2 years since since they've reached out to you. Yes, but I've also blocked some people. Right?
Right, yeah.
So, true, but it's not like I didn't do some things behind the scenes to kind of squash that. Uh-huh. So, anyways, I wanted to be honest about that. How do you feel about my truthfulness?
I'm glad you are being transparent there. Bye-bye.
Thank you there, Jaylo. Well, one, I don't have any kids, and two, I identify as male, not trans, but I hear you.
Transparent, Bubs.
Oh, okay.
I'm not talking about transgender or whatever.
Parenting.
No.
That was a dumb dad joke.
Bubs, it didn't fly.
Okay.
Ugh.
Okay.
Yeah, you work on your punch, Bubs.
Thank you there, Jaylo.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, but Yeah, and that was a petty thing I did last night, but it's honest, and I want to be truthful.
I'm glad you felt comfortable enough to be truthful with me about that.
Well, and I also want to be truthful about the fact that it was petty.
Yeah.
And again, I haven't gotten over it, but one of the reasons, again, is because people keep bringing it up to me.
Yeah.
Which makes it difficult.
Have you ever thought, you may have thought about this, but have you ever thought of telling them, that's a different chapter in my life. I want to move on from this. And
I've said it like that, but people are like, well, what if it was this though? What if that? And it's like, you know what my mental health professional said to me recently, babes?
What's that?
I should say he suggested that I be a little bit stronger at laying down the law with people.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't talking about this, but I had brought up to him that sometimes I'll get into conversations on the phone with people and it'll be very dramatic and it'll take up several hours. And by the time the conversation ends, I'll be drained and won't be productive for the rest of the day because I'm mentally recovering from it.
So laying down the law as far as telling the person, look, we can't talk about this anymore.
We can't talk about specific subjects and also limiting my time. So let's take COVID, for example.
All right.
A lot of people want to discuss it ad nauseum.
Yeah.
I completely understand that. And sometimes I'm that person, if we're keeping it real.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just too much.
Yeah.
So what do I do? Because it's on everybody's mind. Well, maybe I can't say we're never talking about COVID again, but perhaps I can say, okay, at the end of our conversation, we're going to talk about COVID, but we're going to keep it under 15 minutes.
Yeah, because sometimes it can be really exhausting.
Mm-hmm.
Hearing about it over and over again. And there's so many, people have a lot of differing opinions. It's a very, very, sore subject for people, because people get angry about it. And it's like, we got to talk about other stuff.
Yeah. You know what else my professional suggested that I do?
What's that?
Oftentimes when I pick up the phone with friends, I'll just be like, hey bro, what's up?
Mm-hmm.
And he suggested, well, that's cool and everything, but that kind of puts you out of control of the conversation because you're letting them dictate what's going on.
Yeah.
So his suggestion was maybe instead of doing that, you could call a person and come with an agenda. So say, hey, I wanted to talk to you about this, this, and this, because when I started with what's up, that just gives them the lead to go wherever they want.
Maybe you can ask this person a question for me and you don't have to give out. I mean, he probably knows about me anyway, right?
I've mentioned you a few times.
Okay. Well, because I've had this thing where whether it's my mom, or whoever it is, and they just kind of go off on a subject. And I guess I'll say this because with what happened to me last week, and I won't talk too much about the situation, but I got into a heated argument with a relative, but I didn't start this argument.
And for the sake of argument, let's use initials, and let's say that this person has 3 names, and let's say their initials are MOM.
No, I will. Bubs.
That was a joke. Keep going, babe.
Well, because... And it seemed like this person wanted to know certain things about, taking care of my health. But what I got from this conversation was I didn't say it the right way to this person and I didn't answer the right question. And what I was trying to get the relative to understand is that I will take precautions the way I take precautions. Because right now I'm not, right now I'm feeling fine. But it just got heated really, really quickly. But it wasn't me getting angry. It was the other person. And then that in turn made me, more stressed out. What would you, maybe you could ask this person the next time you talk to this person, your mental health professional, what does a person do if the other person in the conversation is trying to get dominant and to dominate the conversation and to get heated quickly because of things not done the right way. I don't know how I'm phrasing the question.
I hear you, but I think my mental health professional will say that's unethical for him to give advice for somebody who's not his patient.
Oh, I understand that.
So I don't really know if he'd answer that question.
Yeah.
And he would also probably make the argument that that's a distraction from dealing with my own issues because I'd be spending my time focusing on you.
Oh, okay.
I could give you some advice, which is kind of similar to what he told me. And again, I bring that up because it's reinforcement that maybe I should be laying down the law. And when people bring up the old organization that we were talking about, to tell them, listen, we're not talking about this.
Okay.
But.
Well, I mean, I understand. I do understand that therapists have to be confidential. And they can't focus on anybody else's problems.
Yeah, so me bringing you up would be like, we're not focusing on my issues.
Well, I wasn't exactly gonna...
Well, do you want me to give you advice, though?
Yeah.
Maybe you could lay down the law with this relative and say, hey, we're not talking about this. And, like, sometimes what I'll do is I'll have fun with people. So if they want to paint me as the villain and say, well, you're just not responding like this, or you're making it so intense. What I'll do is, if they start to bring it up again, I'll say, listen, MOM, initials lady. I notice that when we talk about the subject, I trigger you a lot. And I want to be aware that sometimes I'm just so bad at this that I don't even know when I'm triggering you with this subject. So because of that, we're not going to talk about that because I don't want to be responsible for triggering you. So that way, you're doing two things. Because people rarely have the ability to see how they act, right?
Yeah. So some people don't.
Okay.
Yes.
So by putting it on you, you're confirming what they already believe is that it's your fault that they're being angry. And you're saying because it's your fault that they're being angry and you know that they don't agree, you're going to do something with it. And you say to them, listen, I know this will be upsetting, but if you bring this subject up again, I'm hanging up the phone for your own good. And then you actually stick by that. That's what I would do. Sometimes you got to lay down the law, babes.
Okay.
Yeah. How do you feel about that, Jaylo?
Well, that might work.
Yeah.
I mean, I won't be mean about it, but it will, maybe it'll make the other person, whoever it is, think about what they're saying.
Yeah.
And like, oh, wow, am I really like that? Or, yeah.
And it's great to advocate for yourself.
I know.
I have a friend, babes.
Yes. Oh, really? I do too.
But I'm bummed.
Okay.
Yeah, but unlike you, my friends actually talk to me.
Bubs.
What?
That is not nice.
Sorry, babes. I didn't. No, I'm sorry, babes. I didn't know. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. I thought we were whiffing. All right, give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss.
I didn't think you were going to joke about that, Bubs.
Nothing is
off
on it. I am. No, I was making fun of the fact that, babes, you have friends and you'll go years without talking to them. What?
Stop it.
What?
Good boy.
I'm being good boy. So my friend is like, you're anti-vax. This friend is like next level anti-vax.
Well, yeah. I mean, I haven't had vaccines in a while, but anyway. Yeah, not this one. Well, I'm anti this one.
Right. But this friend is like so anti-vax. Like, it's when we talk, 90% of the conversation is about how, the government is forcing this on us and we're never going to get out from under it. And So he's like super like, hyper everything about it. Yeah, like he was very pro-Trump until the vaccine, and now he's turned on Trump and, all that stuff.
Wow.
And I think he has COVID now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I don't know. I don't know why I brought that up, babes.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, it's we're totally different people.
Oh, well, in some ways, babes, now this is going to sound weird, and I want to put it in the proper context, is part of me wants to catch Omicron somewhat soon. The reason being, I don't like the idea of having a flu-like thing.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong.
Uh-huh.
But it does build up your immune system.
Yep.
And it would help us in a small way get past this a little bit quicker. I'm not going to go to a COVID party like some weirdos.
I don't even understand why people would do that.
Yeah, and they did this way before the vaccine when a lot of people were just dying because doctors didn't know how to handle it. Like there was one 30-year-old guy.
We talked about this before.
Not here though. Who went to a COVID party and ended up dying of COVID.
Did they talk about what other conditions he had?
No. I think he was healthy up until then. I know people who were in really good health until they got COVID and died. Mm-hmm. Now, this wasn't Omicron. This is, the first round of COVID-19.
Well, people were surviving even the first round of it, and people have died with something else, but they had to put COVID on their birth or not their birth certificate, their death certificate.
What's the name of your baby? COVID. Is it a boy or a girl? No, it's COVID.
No, but anyway, that's an interesting statement.
What?
That you want to catch Omicron?
I'm saying part of me does, just to get it out of the way, because now they're saying that everybody's going to catch COVID at some point.
Yeah, I don't know.
And our government made it.
No.
It's so weird, babes, that we helped make COVID.
But
what?
I thought we talked about this yesterday.
Not here, though.
Yes, we did.
Did we?
Yesterday, yes.
Not on the podcast.
Yes, we did.
Oh, okay.
And I said, do we have to talk about this again?
Okay. Like we sell the disease and the cure. All right. I'm just saying that, Jaylo. You know who's supposedly anti-vax? Is Trevor Noah.
Well, I think you there's a misconception about anti-vaxxers, okay?
There's a lot of people on the left now who are becoming anti-vax.
I think what should be the right terminology is anti-COVID shot, because there are people that are actually pro-vax, but they're not pro the shot. So to say that everybody is an anti-vaxxer is actually not true. Jenny McCarthy's come out, Jim Carrey's come out. Well, Jenny McCarthy, I'm not surprised.
Yes, he's against all vaccinations.
Well, because her son is autistic, and she believes that it's possible that vaccinations may cause autism, and I don't think that is, I think there might be some truth to it.
I don't know, to be honest. That's beyond me. I've heard very conflicting things on that.
I mean, I haven't taken any vaccines for years. The only one that I took, the very last one I took was a flu shot, and it didn't do anything. It didn't do anything to me, but I've been hearing stories about people that got the flu shot, and then 2 weeks later, they got the flu. Like my sister got the same thing. Yeah,
like I'll straight up say this. I'm anti-vax when it comes to the flu shot, and I have been since I was a little kid, because everybody I know who gets the flu shot catches the flu like a week later. It's not like, you know what I mean? So it's like, why waste my time with the flu shot?
Yeah, but I've been anti-vax for years now. And that also includes, flu shots and, things like that. But there are pro-vax people that are, anti-COVID shot. So that's actually a misconception.
Nice. I would say with the COVID thing, I'm pro it, but I'm less pro COVID-19 shot than I was this time last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also anti-booster.
Yeah, I guess I'm pro booster, but I'm not married to it.
Yeah, I personally wouldn't get one after I was, double shot, because, and this is just my opinion, because if they tell you, well, you're not you're not completely vaccinated unless you have the booster. But then they'll say, well, you're not completely vaccinated until you have a second booster and a third booster. Yeah,
apparently that's what's going on in Israel now. They've had their 4th shot, I think.
That's insane. They need to let those people go.
And you got to wonder how much of this is Pfizer and Moderna just wanting to make money.
Well, don't forget Johnson & Johnson. Well, they've been making money off of this since this whole thing started. Mm-hmm. It wasn't just the one Johnson & Johnson shot, but it was Big Pharma just took control of it, because as soon as it was available, Big Pharma got a hold of that and just wanted to profit off of people's money, and won't even tell people about alternative ways of getting people healthy, like monoclonal antibodies and other therapeutics, but yet they'll give them COVID shots.
The thing that gets me too, babes, is, listen, the vaccine is such a touchy subject, especially since the science is a little bit suspect. But what I will say is, okay, if you want to go the vaccine route, why is it that these big pharmaceutical companies have the monopoly on it? So one of the things that is not getting talked about is Biden is refusing to lift the patent protection on these vaccines, which basically means that third world countries have to come up with their own version of the shot. We're not just giving it to third world countries. And if you lift the patent protection, well, if you think that vaccines are the answer, then lift the patent protection and give them for free to these third world countries.
Yeah, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
But also too, I don't know if you knew this, but China actually has the virus in the shots that they have. Not American. Not in our country. We don't have the virus in the actual shots.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
I did not know that, but in most vaccines they have a weakened version of the virus.
Yeah, so this one does not. Not any of the shots. So I think it's very suspicious.
I don't know. I'm also not a doctor, but okay. I know there's a lot of
patent. I didn't even know about the patent protection.
Yeah, check into that. Biden's refusing to lift patent protection for Big Pharma. Now, in fairness, Trump also didn't do it either. So
well, we're not gonna go there.
我欢迎criticize Biden, but don't take it too far there.
Okay, I think we should ease on out of this one, because there's a lot of stuff we should talk about.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, Walmart.
Oh, you know what? Okay. Can I explain this? So we complained about what happened to me again yesterday at Walmart. So I decided, look, I'm glad I'm getting a refund, but I'm going to reorder the stuff that I should have gotten yesterday. And I decided that if it doesn't come today, I am going to not use Walmart for a while. And I decided that I was gonna buy dinner.
Nice.
Because I don't want this to happen again. Now if it turns out that the Walmart order is actually right this time, then I will reconsider using them again.
Nice.
And I will keep on using them when I need to use them. But I've been having some. I just don't understand why you have had issues with Instacart and I've had issues with Walmart, and they were big issues.
Yeah, it's so weird that I know there's always little things that are going to go wrong with Walmart. Like, I don't like one of their replacements, but I haven't had anything on the level that you've had.
Yeah.
But I've had issues with Instacart that are big that you haven't had. Like, I'm sure you've had little problems with them, but nothing like I've had with Instacart.
Did you ever have, and this is, I don't know if you ever thought about this, but when you checked out and you bought all your items, did you go back and substitute everything?
With Walmart?
With Instacart?
No, my issues was more with a driver defrauding me.
I know that.
So yeah, I don't know how.
But Walmart and Instacart drivers aren't always going to be, always going to get things right too.
I hear you, but that's been my issue with Instacart.
Yeah, I understand. But yeah, those were pretty big issues that I had with Walmart. I never had it with them before. And that's why I barely ever use them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is there any part of you that is seething with anger at me for bringing you into the Walmart community?
No, I mean, no, I am not angry at you. I've been kind of going back and forth with the China thing because I know a lot of people are like, I don't want to go to Walmart. I don't want to shop at Walmart. I want to go in it. And I've never been in a Walmart for a long time. But at the same time, I'm like, well, what if a lot of stores do that?
Do what?
Buy stuff from China.
Oh, every store does.
And it's like, I mean, I could be angry at them for doing that, but there are times where if I need to buy a big order of stuff, it's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
And you can't beat the prices.
Well, yeah, one, every store you go to has products sold, from China. But it's one of those things too, babes, is why it's hard to be a good person, because you're not just having to boycott one company. If you were to truly be an ethical person as far as shopping goes, there's like 6 things you could buy. You know what I mean?
It's kind of like, I remember when somebody was trying to get people to boycott Target, and I decided I wasn't going to do that because of transgendered bathrooms.
I thought they were pro transgender bathrooms. Oh, that's right. You're conservative. Sorry. Keep going.
Listen, bubs. Listen.
Sorry. Okay. Keep going.
And I remember, I don't remember if I heard a piece or I read a piece, about this, pastor's wife that was explaining to somebody why, or to people. I forgot who, she wrote this article saying, look, I'm a pastor's wife. I don't like what's going on in Target, but that's not going to keep me from buying really cute shoes. And if I go into a bathroom, I'm going to be with my kids and I'm going to explain to them what's going on, and I'm not going to leave them alone in the bathroom. But even though I don't like it, there's, some Targets have, are wanting to implement, transgendered bathrooms, but they do have family bathrooms. They do. So,
I did not know that.
Yeah, they do. I remember there was a Target I used to go to for a while, and I would go into the family bathroom because that's where parents would take their, kids. And sometimes it would be, what are you talking about?
Well, I
Are you laughing?
No, I have a question for you that I keep meaning to ask you, but I always forget. That's a little bit off topic, but not too far off topic.
Okay.
Do you want me to ask the question now?
Can I finish what I'm saying?
Yes, and then I'll ask the question.
Well, and the lady was explaining, people need to make their own choices. I like going to Target because there's some cute things I can buy, but I don't like their politics, and I'm not going to boycott a store because of their politics. And sometimes you just have to, and we're human though. We are human. We are drawn to what we're drawn to. I think that people boycott, and I think the one criticism that I can think of at the moment that I would criticize some conservatives on, not all,
go ahead,
but some conservatives will boycott like everything for, well, this company supports such and such. Well, then what about this company? They also support such and such. Or this company does this company does this. I don't like their politics, but then they end up boycotting everything.
Yeah.
And I think that's where I am in favor of boycotts, because you can buy stuff from companies that some people are trying to get rid of. Like remember what happened with the Goya company?
No, I don't.
Okay. I think it was Goya, or I forgot what company it was, but somebody was trying to get people to boycott it or to change something about it, and a lot of people were buying stuff off of their racks for that company. Can
I ask you a question? I am out there. I don't even know what the Goya company is.
Goya is like, it's for seasonings. Like, Goya, they sell like adobo seasoning.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I didn't know that, but keep
Goya
going.
Foods, yeah. So I'm for boycotts, but I don't like it when people are like, oh, I gotta boycott this and this and this. And I'm like, you don't have to do anything. It's like, I'm kind of thinking that if somebody boycotts stuff, part of me thinks that you're giving that whoever it is that's taking power of that company. I don't know.
I'm of two minds of this. I get what you're saying. Try to lean more towards buying companies that you feel more ethically inclined to support instead of just turning against companies with bad practices. In my heart, I love the idea of boycotts. However, I think in this day and age where so many companies are suspect, it's unrealistic to do.
Yeah, and I don't think people are really. I mean, it's one thing if you're boycotting a product, right? Mm-hmm. If you're boycotting a product because it's not good for you, or it really you don't like. It's one thing if you're boycotting a certain product. It's another thing if you're boycotting an entire store. Or an entire, whatever it is. I don't know.
It's complicated because...
It gets really complicated.
I know that there's been issues with Walmart and unions. And I don't like that they're anti-union. But if we're being for real, most stores probably aren't big fans of unions. Of store owners, I mean. Mm-hmm. But they don't go after unions or union organizing in the same manner that Walmart does. Yeah, from what I've heard.
So yeah, but I don't like it when people are like, oh wow, I gotta boycott this now and I gotta boycott this now. And I'm like, well, no one's telling you to boycott everything. Mm-hmm. And pretty soon you're not gonna eat. And somebody made that point to me. It's like, well, I don't like a certain store's politics. Like, I don't like Starbucks politics. But it doesn't mean that I can't have a cup of hot chocolate after, once in a while. Or a croissant.
Yeah, and if you really look at their politics, they play liberal. Like they'll say they'll use the right language, but it's to cover up a more sinister bent because they've been trying to break a store that unionized on the East Coast. They just got their first unionized Starbucks like a month or two ago. And they've been around for how many years?
Can you explain to me what the whole union thing is? Because I still don't understand the whole idea of that.
Of what a union is?
No. What it means to unionize a store, a place like Starbucks.
Okay, so basically, and again, I'm not an expert of this, but I've read a little bit and watched some news stories. Okay. So do more research into this. But I'll give you my understanding of it.
Okay.
Starbucks has, certain problems, and I think one of them is a wage disparity. Mm-hmm. I don't know the specifics, but I've heard that Starbucks workers make something like $9.75 an hour on average. And if you live in America, you know that ain't enough to sustain yourself, right? So there's also issues with not getting paid what you're owed in overtime. A couple of stores on the East Coast, Starbucks locations, tried to unionize, and Starbucks went against this, tried to bust them from doing so. Like they would do things, like have events where they would fly out Howard Schultz, who is resigned from the company, but still a big owner in their stock, to talk about how we're one big happy family and why would you need to unionize? Mm-hmm. And I think another issue had to be with if you worked at Starbucks, your health care wasn't provided. They were successful in most cases, but one Starbucks location, I want to say in Maine, organized and started a union. So now their workers can fight for rights, things like Medicare, paid family leave, higher wages. And you could say, well, that's one store. And yeah, it sucks for Starbucks, but why would they be so obsessed about one or two locations? But the problem is it sets the precedent. Now that one store is organized, now that's a big red flag to a bunch of Starbucks locations. Like we might need to unionize and start like a national Starbucks union.
Okay.
I hope I gave a good enough explanation.
Okay, because I know that I'm against teachers unions, but I mean, I don't know if all unions are set up like this.
I'm pro union. I think that there are definitely issues with them, but we need unions in this country.
That almost reminds me of the mob.
But couldn't one make the argument that a big corporation is like the mob?
Well, it depends on what kind of corporation it is. Well, I mean, but what I'm saying is that when I think of a teachers union, I think of it as a mob, because if a teacher wants to get out of the union, then that means that they're on their own.
It means that they're on their own, but I would make the argument.
But they don't want to be they don't want to be confined to a union, though.
Okay. But I would make the argument that without unions, you're on your own. So a lot of teachers I've heard of have to quit their job because then they have to move to another state because they don't make a living wage where they live. And a lot of teachers, it's not just like you go in the classroom and you work 8 hours a day and that's it. A lot of them work 18-hour days between grading papers, setting up a curriculum, all that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they should have a living wage, which they wouldn't get without the union, right? And the unions are in this country are responsible for the 5-day work week instead of before the unions we had 7-day work weeks.
But I think that's why there are teachers that want to get out of the union because they feel like they're confined to it. They don't have freedom to make their own curriculums. They don't have the freedom. I mean, and they're not getting paid very well anyway.
But they would get paid a lot worse if we didn't have a union. I'm not in the teachers union.
Good, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I definitely have issues with unions, but I think they're much better than the alternative of just one person negotiating for themselves because you have power in numbers. And I think that big corporations are like mobs. So if I work at Walmart, mm-hmm. They're not looking out for Rick. They're not looking out for me as an individual. They're trying to get as much labor out of me for cheapest price as possible. So they don't care that I'm having trouble feeding my kids or that I can't live working a 40-hour work week. Did you know, babes?
We're going to go on a not looking out for Rick rant.
Not looking out for Rick.
Or not looking out for employees rant.
Well, do you know what company has the most employees who get food stamps in this country?
Amazon?
Walmart.
Walmart?
More employees from Walmart are on food stamps than for any other company. So what does that tell you about how well they treat their workers?
You would see the same thing for Amazon, right?
Oh, Amazon's really bad, but I just use Walmart as
I don't know anything about their workers, but I don't know about the whole union thing for everyone, but I know that I'm against teachers unions.
Yeah, no, I should say in some way you might be right about the Amazon thing as far as they have more employees on food stamps, but the reason it's a little bit harder to track them is because a lot of their workers are seasonal. So they'll be hired for the winter when business is really intense, or they can only work for a few months because the working conditions are so hard.
I don't know, but I think we should get off of this because we're going in the weeds with this.
Oh, so let me ask you a question I was thinking of.
All right.
Yeah. So you know how conservatives are always saying that there's no free speech on campuses and that only liberals can speak at a campus, right?
Yes, absolutely. I totally agree with that.
There's some truth to that. I wouldn't say I totally agree to that.
No, there's a lot of truth to it. Okay.
So a question I have for you. You know how there's conservative universities like Georgetown,
George Fox.
There's
Georgetown is not conservative, I don't think.
I thought it was.
George Fox is.
Okay, but there's other ones too. And my question to you is, how many, your university was conservative?
It was a Christian university, but I think it's slowly going to the left.
But when you were there, it's conservative.
For the most part, I mean, I know that, I met someone whose sister went there and said that she became more liberal, but I think it depends on what kind of department they are on campus, because my department didn't seem like that to me.
So a couple weeks ago, I was having this thought. We're always talking about conservative speakers who get protested at liberal schools, right?
Absolutely.
But I'm wondering how many liberal speakers are invited to speak at conservative schools?
Well, so the only liberal ones and I count them as liberal, the only liberal speakers that I went to go see at my campus was the group from an organization called Equality Ride.
I haven't heard about them, but that sounds like a lib name.
Yeah, Equality Ride.
Yeah.
Well, basically they claim to be Christians, but they claim that they are living as as homosexuals, but still claiming to be Christians. And I thought to myself, okay, this could be a really heated discussion, but I want to go to kind of see what this is about, because I want to educate myself.
Yeah.
I want to educate myself so I have an educated opinion. And I went there, and I don't remember if I sat next to anybody or not. I met one of the speakers, but I told her, I said, look, I may not agree with how some people live, but my thought is that you are a human being, and I have no right to disrespect you because you're my fellow human being. And we just had a nice conversation, and she was one of the speakers, and it was an interesting conversation. It didn't actually get as heated as I thought, but what really angered me was that some people were using scriptures to justify how they were living. But that was the last time I ever went to something like that. And that was the only I would say liberal speakers that spoke on campus.
Okay.
But most of the time you get pastors speaking or bishops speaking, or it depends on where it is.
Yeah. So,
but I don't think you have a lot of liberal speakers on. But now that some even religious based institutions are kind of going a little liberal too. So,
but don't you think that's a little bit hypocritical that you don't have a lot of liberal speakers at like evangelical schools or very right leaning universities?
I'm only telling my experience.
Right.
I can't speak for every Christian university.
No, I know, but you've heard stories.
Well, I mean, Liberty University had Bernie Sanders speak. I heard a speech on what he said, and there are some people. Yes, and I didn't agree with it, but there are some people on that campus that are liberal Democrats, and that have admitted that they're liberal Democrats.
Okay.
So there are Christian universities that have all kinds of people. I mean, they had they were. I mean, I've seen a little bits and pieces of liberalism in there. Like in my university, there was a gay straight alliance, which I wasn't a part of.
Oh, that's kind of cool, though.
Yeah. Okay. I was that was a little bit strange to me, but okay. But there was like bits and pieces of liberalism, but now it's gone, from what I've been hearing, it's, my alma mater has gone liberal, and so has the other university that I went to is going, a little bit, more to the left.
Oh.
And the department that I was in that other university that I went to in Portland, that other department has now been closed.
Interesting. I'm just curious.
So,
I would love to see a study on what the numbers are on this. But you did say something that I found interesting that's kind of off topic.
Yeah.
You were talking about equality, right?
Yeah, equality, right.
Okay, you were saying, well, they try to use passages for the Bible to justify things, to justify their lifestyle. But doesn't everybody try to justify their lifestyle? Like, I know Christians who are very conservative, very pro-Trump, and who are literally 200 pounds overweight.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yes.
And gluttony is supposed to be a sin.
Yes, I understand that, and that is true. Gluttony is a sin. But that probably means that, whoever Christians are doing that, it just, and I'm just saying, I don't know if this is right or not. I'm just saying that maybe their walk isn't as strong as they're trying to convey. Because yes, it's one thing if you're really struggling with bad habits. It's another thing if you allow yourself to continue to struggle, and you don't want God to help you in that area, so you keep on struggling and you keep on struggling and you continue to do it. Yeah.
And as we've established, I am very much pro-gay and transgender rights. I think everybody, listen, I think if I want the right to lead my life the way I do, I should want that right for everybody, because I think freedom, it requires responsibility, but if you act in a way that's responsible, you can be happier with freedom than without it. But you're not as liberal as me. You're not as
I'm not liberal at all.
You're not as in favor of gay rights as me. So my question to you would be, do you think that it's, how do I want to phrase this? You would say that it's just as bad to practice gluttony and be a Christian as it is to be a Christian and be gay.
Just as bad, yes.
Okay, that's fair. That is fair.
It's just as bad to be a Christian and be an alcoholic the rest of the week.
I like that. Or
to be a drug addict the rest of the week.
I wish you were in favor of gay rights, but at least you're not saying it's any worse.
No. They're just as bad. Okay. I mean, they're just as bad as the other sin.
Okay.
So I mean, I am. You can always say that I am equal when it comes to which sin is. There's no worse sin than the other one.
Well, that's good at least.
Yeah.
Have you ever had any gay friends?
Of course.
Oh, good. Okay. Oh, God.
Bubs.
What?
Do you really think I'm that? Do you really think I'm that prejudiced?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I did have one. I did have a few.
Okay, good.
No, I'm not afraid of those people. I'm not.
Those people. You
know what I mean? I'm not afraid of people that have different lifestyles. I think it's not my cup of tea, but yeah. I'm not going to treat them like they're lepers.
Oh, good.
Just as much as I wouldn't want Bubs.
No, go ahead.
How could you possibly think, hey, I'm dating you, aren't I?
I'm straight, babes. Well,
no. No. I'm not talking about the fact that you're straight. I'm talking about the fact that we don't agree on
everything.
Political things.
Yeah.
I'm dating you, am I?
Oh, yes.
Aren't I? No, I'm not. No, I'm not like that, bub.
Oh, good, babes, good. I'm very glad to hear that. Yes.
You just figured that out now?
I had a suspicion, but I wanted to double check.
A suspicion that I actually did have?
That you weren't as closed off as maybe I was concerned you were.
No, I'm not closed off at all.
Oh, good.
No, I think it wouldn't be right if I was so closed off.
Nice.
No.
I don't want to go down the gay marriage rabbit hole. Can I ask you one quick question?
What?
Okay. I know you don't think that gay marriage should be sanctioned by the church.
Not at all.
But let's say I know two guys who are gay and who are in a very happy relationship, and they've been living with each other for years. Do you think it's all right for the state to marry them?
No.
Wow.
No. If I didn't agree with gay marriage, then I didn't agree with gay marriage at any capacity.
Wow. Okay.
They would have to go to a different state or somewhere else.
Somewhere else.
Or I don't know. I just don't support it. I don't.
Wow.
Well, you wanted me to be honest, right?
All right, I have another question, but I promised one question, so I won't go there today.
Okay.
Unless you want me to.
No.
Okay, I will respect that.
I have a feeling you're going to go there tomorrow.
Not necessarily. This actually has to do with blindness organizations and homosexuality.
Oh, jeez.
Well, I don't know if I'm allowed to tell this story. Somebody told it to me.
Okay.
Actually, multiple people told it to me, but I think it's one of those things to where it's an open secret. So everybody knows about it, but nobody has officially said anything about it.
Okay.
So I don't know if I could get in trouble because I was going to bring up a story in context to my question.
Okay.
But that story I might not be, even though everybody knows it, I might not be allowed to share.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't say it then, or maybe at least tell me in private.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we might not go there tomorrow, babes.
Okay.
But let's go here.
Okay.
After the Walmart debacle, I tried to order us dinner off of DoorDash.
Yeah, and we had some problems there too.
Yeah, so I had my address set as yours. I'm putting in our food order for Arby's because we're super health freaks here.
No, we haven't had Arby's I haven't had Arby's in years, and you haven't also.
I literally probably the last time I had Arby's was 2008.
I don't even remember when I went to Arby's last time. I can't even tell you.
So we have everything ready. Go to checkout, and it says Arby's is not delivered to this address.
Which is really weird because I checked and there are Arby's close to me.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make any sense. So then we go to Carl, we check on Carl's Jr. In that same app, right?
Yep, and we got the same thing.
And I'm like, wait a minute. Didn't we get a delivery from the same one?
We did.
So we ended up going on Grubhub and we managed to get our order from Carl's Jr. because their app is easy to read, I think.
It was good food, babes.
It was good.
I liked it, Well, I want to learn, babes.
Yes.
Now that I have the air fryer,
yes.
I want to recreate the Carl's Jr. Chicken bacon Swiss sandwich.
Oh yeah, are you going to fry the chicken or are you going to cook up the chicken and put everything in the air fryer?
I'm going to cook up the chicken in the air fryer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I got to learn their specific way. I think I know how they do it. I just want to do a little bit more research.
Yes.
But imagine this, Jaylo.
Mm-hmm.
You come over to my house, and I have the sweet onion buns that they have at Arby's.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
Have my own mustard.
Uh-huh.
And besides that, we have the regular chicken bacon Swiss sandwich.
Yeah.
With a copycat version of the Mocha Burke milkshake.
That sounds good. That sounds really good.
Mm-hmm. But Alana hates the Mocha Burke.
I never said I hated the Mocha Perk milkshake.
Well, back in the day, I would order anyway. Like, Bob, not again.
Well, no, because we keep ordering the same thing. I said, look, I want to try some other stuff because you know, and we do this all the time. Everybody does this. We always want to get the same thing, the same thing, the same thing. And I'm like, okay, next time I'm going to choose a shaker. I'll choose a drink.
Yes.
Because I love that drink. I do like it. It's really good. But I don't want to keep on drinking it and never try anything else.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I'm trying to get us both out of that habit.
Try to get yourself out, please.
And you. Hey, I bought us a large strawberry shake and you said you liked it.
I did. And as a result of me liking it, they decided to discontinue the Mocha Burke.
First off, it wasn't because of you. I also remember when we went there last, a couple Christmases ago,
mm-hmm.
and we got the gingerbread cookie milkshake, and you said you liked it.
I did, but in fairness to me, we had to get that because that's when we found out that they were no longer down with the Burke.
Can I put my head here?
Yes, you can.
Well, actually, it's Perk, not Burke.
Is it Perk?
Yes, it is.
Really? Why do I always keep saying Mocha Burke?
I don't know, Bubs, but it's Perk.
Is it really?
Yes, it is. Well, think about it. There's coffee in it. There's mocha in it.
Oh, so it's like it perks you up.
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
It's not Burke. Sorry, you've been calling it the wrong name for a long time. But it's okay.
My mom, babes, she used to call Jerry Seinfeld Steinfeld. And she used to call Pamela Anderson Pamela Sue Anderson for some reason.
See, that's worse.
Yes.
Pamela Sue Anderson. Like she's from the South.
Right.
But she's from Canada.
Yes.
And I don't like her. I think she's fake.
All Canadians are.
Are they?
No, I don't know.
No, Bubs, it's Perk.
Wow. Okay.
That's okay.
You
That's
learn
okay
something
though.
new every day,
That's okay.
babes.
I remember times when my sister has got the wrong lyric to a song, and I said, it's a wrong lyric. Why didn't you tell me? Well, you told me not to correct you anymore. So I'm glad you're able to laugh at that.
Yes. We got our dinner from Carl's Jr.'s.
Yes.
Very good stuff.
It was very good.
Yes.
I enjoyed it.
Yes.
I had some chicken strips and chicken tenders and onion rings. I'll let you have some.
Mm-hmm. And I had the chicken bacon Swiss sandwich.
Num num.
Yeah, and so
yes?
Apparently white people do something.
What's that?
Okay. I have a friend of mine who's black, and I bring up he's black for a specific reason.
Okay.
We're hanging out one day, I think I'm the only.
Can I put my head here?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
I think I'm like the only white person there. And he's like,
Really?
we're talking about, the difference between black people, white people, Asians, Mexicans. Cause our group wasn't just like, I'm the white guy and it's all black people. It's like,
okay,
white guy, black guy,
Asian,
Indian lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a friend of us, another friend was white, but he was from Germany. Okay.
Okay. European. Yeah.
So, but he's technically white.
Okay.
So we're talking about the difference. This culture does this culture does that. And my friend says, one thing that really annoys me is when you go out to dinner with white people and they all want to share their food. And I say to him, we don't do that. And he's like, yes, white people do that, Rick. They do that. And I remember thinking, all right, man, whatever. And then, cause I also know some white people.
Mm-hmm.
The next time I'm out with white people, I notice everybody's sharing their food and I'm like, son of a bitch, he was right. So I start to be a little bit more cognizant of that. And I notice it a lot. So this was like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Now every time I go out with white people, I notice that.
Well, Filipinos share their food just as much.
Oh, so I'm eating.
Because I was taught to share my food when I was a kid, and I'm still told to share my food.
Okay.
And it gets annoying because sometimes I don't want to share my food, but I share my food anyway.
Yeah, so I'm eating dinner with my Jaylo last night. And she's sharing food with me.
Yeah. And
I'm eating fries, and I'm not even thinking, maybe I should share this food. And I get down to like my last 5 fries, and I think to myself, I'd love to share. Maybe I should share these fries with Jaylo, and then I thought, wait a second, I'm white, and I don't want to feed into that racist stereotype. So I ate the fries.
Thanks a lot.
Well, I didn't want to feed any
well, I did date other white guys, and one of them, I won't say who it is, that I only dated for a very short time, 2 months.
Go on.
We would give each other half of our food. So like, if we went to the Greek place, cause we went there all the time. Yeah. If we go to the Greek place and we took our meals back to my place, I would like give him half of my sandwich and he would give me half of his sandwich.
Yeah.
That's what we did.
I think the reason, babes, I didn't think that white people share their food is half of the time I don't like doing that. So I think of all white people as being like me. Like, I don't want to exchange food with other people.
Yeah.
I'm super glad you did it, but I also didn't want you to call me out last night and be like, oh, you're giving me some of your food. Typical white guy.
Well, I've been giving you food, since we were dating each other.
Yeah, but there's not the Filipino stereotype around that. And I didn't want to.
Well, I don't think a lot of people would argue with that. Nice. Because Filipinos are known to give people food anyway.
Very good.
Very hospitable people. But ever since I was a kid, I was always taught to share.
Nice.
Especially my food. And there are times where I'm just like, why can't I just eat my candy alone and not share with anybody? And sometimes I have to do that because it's like, I don't want one of my relatives saying, oh, you have to share with so-and-so. No, I don't.
No.
Now, I don't mind sharing with people if I have enough to share. Yes. But there are times where I'm like, I just want to keep it to myself and just eat it by myself.
Now, I would like to share a kiss with you.
Why? Okay. No, I'm just kidding. Ooh. Squuffy.
Cheek. Squuffy. Last night, babes.
Yeah.
After dinner, we watched some movies.
And it was good.
Yeah, we started off with the Defiant Ones. We wanted to do a Sidney Poitier night.
Yes, it was great.
It was amazing.
It was, yes.
Do you want me to talk a little bit about the Defiant Ones, or would you like to?
I'm just going to give the basic premise, and you can fill in the gaps if you want.
Tell me.
Basically, there's this white guy played by Tony Curtis, and the black one, of course, was played by Sidney Poitier, and they were on the run. Because they were part of a chain gang, and they escaped the prison. And one of them was in prison for assault and battery, and the other one I forgot.
I forgot too.
But they had to be together on this chain, and they had to kind of figure out how they're going to get out of how they're going to escape with their lives together. So, would you mind filling in the gaps?
There's people obviously chasing after them. They go on all these adventures. Eventually, they end up at this kind of small town. They're caught. And the town people aren't too happy. There is talk about lynching both of them, and Tony Curtis is like, hey, I'm white. And they're like, well, you're just as guilty. You're in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
They tie them up, and they're like, we'll deal with you guys in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And both these men think that things are about to go down.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the guys, an older guy in the town, comes in and says, all right, I'm breaking you free. Just go.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell anybody that I helped you.
Yeah.
Okay. They leave, and they're getting along pretty well. But because there's two of them and because they're chained together, there can be tension. And at one point they start to argue and fight each other, and they fall down a hill. A little kid pulls a gun on them, go back to his mom's house. She gives them food. Your man, Tony Curtis, isn't doing too well.
Mm-hmm.
And Sidney Poitier has to lay him down. The mom helps him recuperate. And the next day she's like, I really want the D from you. So we're gonna.
Well, that's not what she said.
She didn't quite say it like
she
this.
implied that she liked him, and I don't know if he was reciprocating or not.
At first he kind of was.
Yeah.
And he's like, you want the D? I'll give you the D.
No, that's not what he said.
Okay.
It's in the 50s, Bubs.
Maybe it wasn't phrased like that. But
No,
it comes out that she has a car. So she's like, we'll drop my kid off at his aunt's house, and we'll get rid of your friend. You're better off without him, and we'll do our thing. Okay?
Yeah.
Sidney Poitier comes out near the end of the conversation, but he gets that they're about to part ways. Go into the house, and she tells Sidney Poitier, okay, if you go this way, take this road, and then you'll go through this swamp. You'll save a bunch of hours, and they won't be able to track you because they're using dogs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sidney Poitier leaves, and she says, oh, he's never going to make it. That swamp is full of quicksand, but it's better off without him because, it's the 50s. We're white. We're,
yeah,
we're going to do our thing, and we'll drop the kid off for somebody, and then I'm going to get the D.
Oh my goodness. Is that what she said?
Basically. Tony Curtis is like, this man has helped me. He flips out on the lady, leaves, gets Sidney Poitier. They try to get onto this train. Sidney Poitier gets up on it. Tony Curtis is having trouble. He grabs Sidney Poitier's hand, and they slip off. They fall down a hill, and they're both hurt, but Tony Curtis is hurt real bad.
Like really bad, yeah.
By now, the dogs are coming up on him, and the movie kind of ends with Tony Curtis's head in Sidney Poitier's lap, and Sidney Poitier singing to him, and we know that they're about to go back to jail.
So was he sitting on the ground while his head was in his lap?
Yes.
Oh.
This is, it's a much better version of Fled.
Oh, wow.
Well, have you ever seen the movie Fled?
I don't think so. It might have, and I have to mention that one scene where he's singing Sidney Poitier, because he sings a few times. Mm-hmm. But that might have been, when did Fled come out?
1996.
Oh,
your phone.
I know. But, okay, so, I don't think I did. But I remember hearing, that one scene when he sang, it might have been Fled. But, I remember when you sing Long Gone. Yep. And, I remember seeing a scene like that, and it might have been Fled. It might not have been, the Defiant Ones, but what was Fled about?
It had a very similar premise with a few more twists. So, Fled is basically two guys, one's black, one's white, escape this chain gang. And in this movie, it's a little bit different because they escape a car that had flipped over, and they're the two ones chained together. But it's Stephen Baldwin and Lawrence Fishburne. But what Stephen Baldwin doesn't know at the beginning of the movie is that Lawrence Fishburne isn't a criminal, he's an undercover cop.
Oh.
They escape and find your girl Selma Hayek. And Lawrence Fishburne and her kind of connect. I forget the rest of the movie. There is a very funny joke at the end of it because one of the gags is that Stephen Baldwin is a big movie fan.
Yeah.
And so there's a scene at the end where he's like, don't you remember in What's Love Got to Do with It when Ike slapped Tina in the back of the car? Mm-hmm. Now, if you remember What's Love Got to Do with It.
I didn't see the movie. But
I didn't see it either, but Ike Turner in that film is played by Lawrence Fishburne. So that made me laugh.
I like it when people refer to other movies that the actor that they're in the movie with has been in. It's funny.
Sometimes it can be overkill, but it worked in that movie. But that's pretty much the only thing that worked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I'm 90% sure that Fled was written after somebody watched The Defiant Ones.
Yeah, but The Defiant Ones is really good.
Yeah. And they also play on the trope of the singing criminal in, Stir Crazy.
Oh.
Which Sidney Poitier directed.
Really?
Yes.
Was Stir Crazy about a mental patient?
No, what happens is Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor are partners. Mm-hmm. And I think they're con men in Arizona who get arrested and thrown into prison.
Oh, wow.
Gene Wilder plays a dick in that movie. Like, he's so mean. He's just an asshole in that movie. But I heard in real life that Richard Pryor was the one who was difficult to work with on that film.
Well, yeah, if he was taking all those drugs and kind of not, you didn't know what kind of a person he was going to be, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
This movie's really good.
It's very good. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I liked that you know that they're going to get captured, but you don't actually see it on camera. Mm-hmm. I thought that was cool. I like the way that they built their relationship.
Yeah.
I would give this film a strong 7, maybe a weak 8.
I give it a strong 7.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I would.
Yes. What is this film? Oh, you know what? There's a question I want to ask.
Yeah.
But I think it might be better served for the next movie. So
okay.
I'll save that one. What does this film teach us, though, about building bonds during a stressful situation?
That it could be possible if you're, depending on what kind of stress it is. And also too, Tony Curtis obviously was a very racist person.
Well, in
the movie, I mean.
Not in real life.
Not in real life.
At least I don't think so.
I hope not.
Yeah.
In the movie, I mean, he was a very racist person. He probably wasn't exposed to a lot of black people, especially black men. And he was dealing with him the way that he saw other people deal with him. And then Sidney Poitier, came from a different background. And remember when he was talking about his wife kept saying, be nice, you get in trouble. My parents always told me, be nice.
And that's the way she's raising my son.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the way she's raising my son. And I think he was trying to say that there are times where you can't be nice all the time.
Because he was talking about letting the aggression out on the man who came to, I believe, take us home.
Yeah, the guy in the backyard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that might have been why he was in prison.
It was.
It was, okay. That was the guy, yeah.
Yes.
So, it was interesting. It was interesting to listen to their conversation and how, he would call him Joker and Tony Curtis would call him boy, and he's like, do not call me boy. And he just didn't understand why. And then later on, he referred to him as colored, and of course they wouldn't do that kind of a film today, I don't think.
I agree with you. He is racist, but I don't think he's Ku Klux Klan racist. I think he's your stereotypical poor white trash racist, but he's not he's definitely racist.
Yeah.
But there are different levels of it. I don't think he's the worst offender, though.
Okay.
Does that make any sense?
You mean there's some people that are covertly racist versus overtly racist?
Yeah. Okay. I think he's racist just because it's environment he's raised in. So, for example, there's one scene where he uses the N-word and Sidney Poitier is like, hey, I don't like you doing that. And he's like, what? You're this and I'm white honky.
And that's the way it is.
Yeah. I didn't get the sense that he hated somebody based on their race as much as he just thought that they,
everybody called black people that. And I thought it was interesting too, because it's like, well, that's the way that was his perception, because he thought that was really the way it was. Mm-hmm. And then things eventually changed. But I was thinking to myself, well, later on, that's not going to be the case. And then he was just saying, that's the way it is. You're this. You're always going to be this. And I'm this. And I'm always going to be this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He was more like a person who had accepted his lot in life.
Yeah.
And that included feeling superior or at least different than black people. Yeah. It's still racism, but it's not as extreme.
Right.
It's still wrong, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I would like to see like a real remake of this movie.
You think so?
Yeah.
After we've talked about how annoying it is to see remakes of really good movies?
Well, here's the thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
If you remade this film with good actors, don't make them part of the Marvel series or anything, where they gain superpowers at the end.
Yeah.
And you base it in the 1950s, you might in some ways be able to go a little bit further, right? So, for example, the Tony Curtis character might be the same, but the townspeople might be a little bit more racist, and you'd get like a deeper understanding of what it was like to be black back then. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know either.
Yeah. Would you recommend this movie to your family? And if so, what's your elevator pitch?
I don't have one.
You don't have a family or an elevator
No, I don't have an elevator pitch. I just think it's a really good movie, and it definitely brings up the subject of racism, but not quite as much as the other one.
Yeah. This film, in a way, it's getting short shrift because...
What?
Short shrift.
Short shrift?
Yeah. It's not getting the discussion it deserves.
Yeah.
Because the other film is just so powerful.
The other film is really powerful.
But will you recommend the Defiant Ones to your family?
Yes. Nice. And I hope they don't defy it.
Oh, okay. Leave the joking to me there, Jaylo.
What?
Yeah, leave the joking to me, babes.
Oh my goodness. Sometimes our jokes aren't quite always funny.
I blame the audience there. Jaylo.
Well, if it's really bad, I'll have to throw rotten tomatoes at you.
Okay, what else? Let's move on to In the Heat of the Night, which it's a classic. Like, off the bat, I'd give this film a 9.
Yeah, I would say it's close to a 9 for me.
It's
really good.
Really good.
It's very, very powerful. Ugh.
I would say it's a great movie, actually.
Yes, it is great.
Yeah.
It's more than just really good, it's great.
Yeah. Do you want me to give the overview, or would you like to?
You give the overview.
I'll make this somewhat quick. There is a murder in Tennessee, and it's one of the most powerful men in town. This was in the 1960s. You still have the good old boy network of, racist cops running things, white, all that stuff. Sidney Poitier, who is Mr. Tibbs' first name is Virgil Tibbs.
Virgil Tibbs from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Was visiting his mother and is waiting at the train station to leave town when a cop sees him and assumes because he's a black man in a suit and tie that he must be the criminal.
Mm-hmm.
Brings him into the police station, goes up to the new police chief Gillespie and says, "I got your man."
Mm-hmm.
Hands Gillespie the wallets. And there's tons of money in there. So everybody's like, "Well, what do you do that you get tons of money?" He's like, "I'm a police officer."
Mm-hmm.
Gillespie looks and finds his badge and is like, "I can't believe this." He's like, "Okay, tell you what, call my superior in Philadelphia and he'll give you the full story." Tibbs goes out to wait. Gillespie calls his superior and finds out that not only is Tibbs a great police officer who specializes in investigating murders, right?
He specializes in being the medical examiner.
Yeah, he's kind of like early forensics, something like that.
Like he's like a forensics expert, as we would call it today.
But it's very primitive. And you can tell that because Sidney Poitier doesn't wear gloves. Yeah. Having said that, I think that was the norm back then.
Yeah, he didn't wear gloves, but
so Sidney Poitier gets on the phone with his boss who says, "We'd really love it if you help them solve this murder that Gillespie's told us about."
Mm-hmm.
So he's reluctant, hangs up the phone and says, "I'm going to take my money and I'm going to leave." And Gillespie says, "We could really use your help with this. Come on. Help us for a couple hours, and then you'll be on the way." So they go to the morgue, and there's 3 white guys there who have probably never been used to a black man telling them what to do.
Mm-hmm.
But since he's with Gillespie, Tibbs says, all right, I'm going to feel the body. I need you to get me this, this, and this. And Gillespie has to go. But first he says, get this man whatever he wants.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward to the next morning. A criminal is running. They catch him, and they think that this is the guy who killed our rich victim.
Yeah.
While they're headed back to the precinct, the wife of the victim comes in, and Tibbs tells her the truth. Your husband died, but he's very compassionate about it. He leaves the room. They bring in somebody, and Gillespie's like, well, we figured this out without you. And Tibbs says, this man didn't commit this crime.
Because he's left-handed.
Yep. And he goes through the evidence after Gillespie talks with the wife. And he makes such a convincing case that while Gillespie doesn't believe him,
mm-hmm.
a lot of his officers do.
Yes.
So it's very confusing. And he says, you have to go. We're done with this.
Yeah.
Leave town right now. Tibbs is like, okay, bro, but I'm letting people know, and the FBI is going to be on your ass. And Gillespie says, give me the evidence. It's like, no. Eventually, they lock up Tibbs with the guy who they think committed the crime. And they end up releasing Tibbs and starting to think, man, this guy's right.
Yeah.
He's about to leave town. Gillespie goes to see the mayor, who is talking with the wife of the victim, who's super powerful
mm-hmm.
in town. And she's like, that guy who you're letting leave, don't do that, or I'm taking our business elsewhere.
Yeah.
We're no longer going to be building this big factory.
Yeah.
So Gillespie has a talk with the mayor, and he's like, oh, God, I got to get this guy in my case. I just wanted to be a racist cop, and now I got to do this.
That's not what he said.
He didn't say that, but it's implied.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay.
You're putting words in his mouth.
Okay. He goes to the station, and he's like, listen, we need you. And, I could call your boss, and I'm sure he'd pressure you to stay, but I'm not going to do that because you don't want to leave. Your ego won't let you leave.
Uh-huh.
You're going to stay because you want to get one over on us.
Uh-huh.
And the character is racist.
Yeah.
Right? But he's right about that.
I think he's right about that, too.
Yeah, and he's played by, who is it?
Rod Steiger.
Rod Steiger, who is amazing in this movie.
Yes, he was very good.
He won the Oscar, and he deserved it.
He did.
Okay. Sidney Poitier stays. A bunch of stuff happens. I know I'm giving a lot of detail.
That's okay.
But fast forward a ways, and now Rod Steiger is saying, you got to get out of town because the town people are turning on you,
mm-hmm.
and we can't have your death on our hands.
Because it's gonna make people ask a lot of questions.
Yeah. But Sidney Poitier is like, well, bro, I'm staying for a couple of days.
Yep.
Whatever happens, happens.
Yep.
So now Rod Steiger is really upset.
He's like, okay.
And Sidney Poitier has pissed off another super rich, powerful person in town.
Eric Endicott.
Yeah, so now there's this huge situation.
Yeah.
Okay. Eventually, Rod Steiger arrests one of his deputies for the crime. And
Sam Wood.
Yep. And Sidney Poitier says, he didn't do this. He's just attracted to some lady, and that's why he's acting weird. It comes out that he's right.
Yeah.
Fast forward. Sidney Poitier asks for one more night in town, and the townspeople are against him, so he has to stay at Rod Steiger's place.
Yeah.
They have this really cool talk about, Rod Steiger starts with, you're one of the chosen people. You're the only person I've let stay here overnight. And he starts telling this story about how lonely he is.
Yeah.
And I really like that scene.
It was, yeah. Yeah.
It's a great scene.
Yeah, and he's like, well, I can't sleep. He's like, well, bourbon's not going to kill it.
It ends with Sidney Poitier leaving because somebody picks him up, and Rod Steiger's like, where are you going? And he's like, someplace where Whitey isn't allowed.
That is hilarious.
I'll skip to the end because I'm giving out a lot of details.
Yes, you will.
We eventually find out who the criminal is,
mm-hmm.
and it's because of Sidney Poitier. He goes to the train station. Rod Steiger helps him, and Sidney Poitier is getting on the train, and Rod Steiger says, "Hey, take care of yourself." Sidney Poitier smiles. Rod Steiger kind of grins back, and that's the end of the movie.
Yep, they don't see each other.
I can't believe I haven't seen this movie before last night. Well, I've heard about it, but part of me thought that it was going to be boring.
Yeah.
This was anything but boring.
I thought it was, I thought In the Heat of the Night was just a series, but I was wrong. It is a movie.
I know that the series is based on the film. I've never watched the show.
I never watched it either.
I've heard the theme song, and I actually kind of like the theme song a little bit better than the Ray Charles version.
Oh, really?
But that's just because I've heard it more. Like
who sang it?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
But this is such a and the other thing too that people don't talk about with this movie, there's a fair amount of laughs in it. Yeah.
Let's talk about some of them that you can think of off the top of your head besides
Well, the one that sticks out is when Rod Steiger goes to see the bank manager, and he keeps talking about, "Are you sure? I can't show this to you unless you have official police paper." And he's like, "I'll sign something for you on this." And he's like, "Yes." It's like, "You really sure you need this?" And he's like, "Yes." And he looks through this guy's account, and he's like, "All right, well, in August of 1962, he had $200 in his account." And he's like, "I'm concerned about what was in his account yesterday, not what was in there in August of 1962. This film came out in 1967. And he's like, "Oh, it looks like he put $600 in." Rod Steiger walks away, and the guy's like, "It must have been when I was out to lunch."
That was great.
Yeah.
Or the one where he's like, where Sidney Poitier's like, "Somewhere where whiting ain't allowed."
Yeah, that was great too. This is a great movie.
It was. There was nothing bad about it at all.
Yeah. It's now that line in the movie that is iconic is "They call me Mr. Tibbs."
Yes.
But it's so surprising that that's really all that gets talked about with this movie.
No, because there's so much of this movie that needs to be talked about.
Amazing film.
Yes.
So, let me ask you a couple questions.
Uh-oh.
Rod Steiger's character, in some ways, is similar to Tony Curtis.
Yes.
He's a racist, but you get the sense that he's one of these people who is raised racist. So if he had more exposure to black people, he might not be that way.
Yeah.
But he's an older man, and he had the exposure that he had, so he is racist.
He's kind of set in his ways already.
Right, but he's not the type of person who wants to kill Sidney Poitier.
Yeah.
He realizes fairly quickly that he needs his help.
Yep.
One of the things I like about this film is I think if they spent more time together, he wouldn't hate Sidney Poitier. But the sense that I get is that he hates Sidney Poitier, but he also admires and respects him.
Yeah.
So what does this film about say to us?
Or maybe it's not that he hates him. Like he doesn't have that hatred that he had before. Maybe it's kind of waned a little bit.
I don't think it's the same type of hate. I think he thinks that this guy is an arrogant prick, but he also knows that he's super intelligent and can help him out. I think it's that type of hate near the end of the movie.
Oh.
What does this film teach us about hating somebody while simultaneously respecting them?
Well, I think hate has been used so much. There are people for sure that I don't like. Even, we don't agree, we have different opinions, but I respect them for being honest with me. Whether it's political or other things, right?
Yeah.
I respect them for taking the time to be honest with me, and it doesn't have to be a heated thing all the time. Or it doesn't have to be heated at all. And I'm sure that you had those situations.
Is there anybody that you hate but also respect?
I don't know if I can say that I hate. That's a good question. I don't think. Well, I have to really think about that. You're talking about in real life?
Yeah.
Like a person I know?
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think, I don't hate them. Because hate is such a strong word. Like I have hatred for them and I want nothing better than to see them fail or whatever. No, I don't have hatred for them. I just, I respect them for being honest, even if I don't agree with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like in this movie, I don't get the sense that these two characters will ever talk to each other again.
Probably not.
And I like that because if this was to happen today, they'd be like, oh, let's exchange emails and you changed the way I look at the world. And now we're going to at least keep in contact. But we get this, they're not going to talk to each other anymore.
They may not talk to each other, yeah.
What did Sidney Poitier teach us about self-respect and standing up for yourself? I mean, there's the obvious thing about he's in this town that's super racist. But if you want to take it to a more individual level, there's that great scene where they go and see the racist rich dude in town.
Yeah, Eric Endicott.
And they slap each other. Endicott looks at Rod Steiger and says, what are you going to do about this? And Steiger has a great line where he's like, I don't know.
That was kind of funny.
That was great.
What are you going to do about this, Chief? I don't know.
But what do you think that we can learn from Sidney Poitier's portrayal of Tibbs about standing up for
I
himself?
was thinking about this because Sidney Poitier did not grow up in the U.S. Mm-hmm. He grew up in the Bahamas. There was a lot of black people around, but there was only like two white people on his part of the island. And he was taught very young as a kid by his parents that you're not just a color, you're a person. And, be the person that you are, regardless of what color your skin is. But when he comes to New York City, at the time that he came to New York City, it was a totally different scene. Mm-hmm. And I don't know when he came in. It might have been in the 60s. But he was like, I can't believe that people were paying so much attention to the color of somebody's skin.
So just to clarify, I think he came here in the early 1930s.
Really?
Or mid-1930s, yeah, because I think he was 8 or 10 when he came to the U.S.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think when he came, because of how well his parents brought him up, he decided that he wasn't going to think himself as just a black guy. Mm-hmm. And that's why a lot of people respect him for the roles that he plays. And I thought he did such a good job at playing Virgil Tibbs. This
is not only his best movie, in my opinion, but easily his best performance, I think.
And I've been hearing about another movie he did called Lilies of the Field, and I heard that one was good.
Never seen it, but my mom loved it.
Yeah.
I just thought of another funny scene.
What's that?
There's that part near the end of the movie where he's making the cop, I think his name is Wood, retrace his steps the night of the murder.
Yeah.
And Gillespie joins him. They go into the restaurant and the owner or the guy who's working there wants to give Wood his regular, which is like this super fatty meal. And he's like, I don't eat that, because, Mr. Gillespie likes his cops to be in shape. And Bill Gillespie's just like, just take the meal.
And he didn't serve Sidney Poitier, but I think he eventually gave him a meal.
No, he didn't.
He didn't?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
No.
Yeah, he wasn't gonna, so that was interesting.
But that's also because this film can make you laugh.
Yeah.
And then make you think, oh, this is still a racist group of people.
Right. Because what about him? He wants a meal. Like,
we don't
serving him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you think, well, let me rephrase this. How do you think this experience affects Bill Gillespie going forward?
Well, I would hope that it changes his life. I hope that he realizes that just because you're a different skin color and you don't look like me, maybe he would give a person that didn't look like him another chance to be on his on the force. Mm-hmm. I don't know, or to help him out with something. He wouldn't just go to his white deputies.
I think he's still racist after this,
yeah.
But I also believe that chain of racism is starting to break a little bit. So it's not like every black person he sees, he's going to assume the best, but maybe it'll make him think twice about thinking of black people as the other or lesser than.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to see a remake of this movie.
I don't either.
But I'll tell you something that I think would be interesting.
What's that?
Is to see a play based on this film.
No, I would see that.
Yeah.
I would see that.
I think something like that would be super cool. And for all I know, there's something like that out there.
Yeah.
I do want to read the book that it's based on.
I think you should. Such a great movie.
I got it off Bookshare this morning.
I know.
Yeah.
Because you told me.
Oh my goodness, I didn't say it here.
No, not heel, but you told me there.
This feels like a movie
Mm-hmm.
that we should have watched on a hot summer evening.
Yes.
Because it feels like a hot movie, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I don't know how they came up with the title In the Heat of the Night, but yeah, this would have been something to see like on a July afternoon.
Yeah.
Or an August afternoon.
Where it's like the hottest day of the year and you have fans in the background.
Air conditioning's on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I will, if I live long enough, I'm sure I will revisit this movie.
It is good.
I need to see it again at some point in probably the next couple months.
Mm-hmm.
It's that good.
Yes.
And I believe Miss A says that AFI called it the 75th best film ever made.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. It's on the AFI top 100.
Yes.
Yeah, this is Sidney Poitier's best movie in my opinion. It blows Guess Who's Coming to Dinner and To Serve with What Love out of the water.
Yeah, it does. It does. Because Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, people still talk about it. And it was a good movie, but In the Heat of the Night is, at the next level.
It's on a whole another level.
It is.
It is weird that they talk about this movie, but not in the same type of admiration that they discuss Guess Who's Coming to Dinner.
Yeah, because Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, right? The girl, Joanna, is very naive about wanting to marry John. She wants to marry John. They want to get married, but she seems very naive, like, oh, it's going to be wonderful and everybody's going to accept us. But at the time, no, they weren't going to, because people didn't think of interracial marriage the same way that we think of it now.
Exactly.
And interracial couples dating as people think of it now. So it wasn't widely accepted, and they were going to face some problems, but she seemed very naive about it.
In some ways, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner is kind of like a liberal take on racism. And In the Heat of the Night is a conservative take on racism. And what I mean by that, it's not just that the people around Sidney Poitier are more conservative.
How are they more conservative?
In the Heat of the Night.
No, but how?
People in the South tend to lean more conservative.
That doesn't make them conservative.
No, I'm not just talking about the racism aspect.
That doesn't make them conservative.
People in the South tend to be more conservative.
I know, but I'm just saying, Bob, that's the stereotype. Not everybody in the South is.
All right, so do you think that there's a lot of liberal cities in Tennessee?
I don't know, maybe. There might be. I don't know much about... I'm not talking about the actual state, but maybe there may be some liberal cities in Tennessee, and there's liberal cities in Texas.
Okay, but generally speaking... I could prove my point. We could ask who's the governor of Tennessee right now, and then check their political affiliation.
Oh, Bubs. Come on. I'm not talking about the entire state. I'm talking about...
I know, but I'm saying the background. What I'm trying to... Let me finish, babes.
All right.
As I was saying, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner is a liberal take on racism. Or on race. And In the Heat of the Night is a conservative take on race.
Because of where they were from.
Not just that. I'm talking about people's mindsets. If you let me finish.
Okay.
Sidney Poitier's character in Guess Who's Coming to Dinner is liberal, in my opinion. And I get the sense that his character in the Heat of the Night, while not racist, does fall more in line with with conservative values.
Okay.
What do you think?
I still don't understand what you mean, because he just wants to do his job.
He wants to do his job, and what are conservatives always talking about? Doing your job, showing up. It's not about just having fun. It's about doing the work, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what Sidney Poitier does in this movie. He shows up, he does the work, he pays attention to detail.
Yes.
Like a real conservative. What?
You're mocking again.
I'm never mocking.
Mocking again.
That's my take on it. Now, I know that sometimes you like to be dense and pretend not to get what I'm saying.
No, I don't pretend to be dense.
Oh, you actually are.
Hey!
Now, give me a guess.
No.
All right, well then, tickle word commences now.
Ow! Ow! Okay, you're hurting. Ow!
Oh, okay.
Tickle twoosh.
Then we got a kiss. Kiss me.
It's not going to solidify anything. Tickle twoosh.
Well, then kiss me.
You know, one of these days it's not going to work.
Well, good for one of these days, babes.
Ah.
But that's my take on the two films.
Okay. No, but but this one is just bar none, hands down, better than Guess Who's Coming to Dinner.
Yeah, it's great movie.
Because they actually deal with it. Guess Who's Coming to Dinner is like...
It's an idealized version.
Right, and it's not looking at what could really happen to a black man and a white woman if they were dating in that time. Because, again, people weren't talking about it then.
Not to the same extent.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've established that this is a great movie. It's a classic.
Yes.
And that more people should talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
My question to you, will you recommend it to your family? If so, what's the elevator pitch?
Watch it in the summertime. No. No, it's good. I mean, the Defiant Ones talked about racism, but not at the level like this. Like, this is actually would be a good movie to show, teenagers, as like, if they wanted to have a real in-depth discussion about racism.
Yeah.
And how to handle it.
But you will be telling your relatives about this movie?
Good.
Well, good.
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 Yeah.
Nice. Jaylo.
Yeah.
Did you have any dreams last night?
I think I did about taking these vitamin C pills, and the reason why I was dreaming about that is because I was listening to on the radio that this doctor was advertising for, this, formula he made, from vitamin C, and he patented this formula, and he was advertising it, and in my dream, I had a dream that if I called this number, I can order a bottle of the pills, and then he would put in an extra bottle for free.
Nice.
And I thought, oh, well, I should call this number, but I don't think I ended up calling the number in my dream.
Very good, babes.
Yes, bub.
Well, good. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
No.
I think what we should do, babes.
Yes.
We should kiss.
I'm going to check my messages.
Check your messages and maybe then watch an episode or two with Ted Lasso.
Okay.
Okay, before a second.
Yeah, why?
Because you need one.
I do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and I have to mention something really quick before we do that.
that?
If I didn't mention it before, today is the 10-year anniversary of me living in Portland.
That's right.
Yes.
I was about to make a joke, and then I figured it probably wouldn't go over too well.
Well, tell me privately then.
Do you want me to say it here?
Privately.
Okay.
I said privately, Bubs.
Oh. It's about anniversaries and you.
Uh-oh. Privately, Bubs.
Okay. Anyways. Let me give you a kiss.
Stop it.
All right. All right, babes, unless there's anything else you want to say.
Oops. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. You
Have
almost knocked the recorder out of my hand, but I still love you.
I know. Bye-bye.
I know. Bye-bye.